Hello and welcome back to Radio on the TV. I'm Corey Anderson and I'm joined by our wonderful production manager, Finn Cudmore. Finn, how are you?
I haven't changed since the last time we had this discussion.
I have changed. I've been wearing a new
You
hoodie.
got a new jumper.
I bought a hoodie in between.
How much did it cost?
£16.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. They bought too many hoodies and went, Corey, do you want one? I went, yeah, sure, why not? So, you're production manager at UOI, correct?
Yeah.
What do you do? What is a production manager? What do you do at UOI?
It's a very good question. I've spent many hours lying in bed thinking about it. Because when I got the job...
I too have spent many hours lying in bed, not thinking about that. Just, I get tired a lot.
I kind of looked at the handover document that was like passed down from Alex, or Colin to Alex, to Freddie, to Dizzy, to me.
Yeah.
And it didn't have an answer of like what the job was. It had a page. It goes, "What's production?" And then proceeded to not answer the question at all. And I want to rename the job when I finish with the job.
Okay.
To head of production, because production manager, I like applying for jobs, graduate production manager.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of doing the budget and doing all of the planning. It's not really like the creative aspect of creating shows and like the on-the-job stuff. So I, as production manager at UOI, I do all of the planning and I would say budgeting, but we have no money.
Yeah.
So there's no budgeting involved.
No.
We just do everything without any money.
And we just hope for the best.
I leave the money to like the treasurer, and if Eng wants to buy something, I'm not going to stop them. But it's a lot of like scheduling people and making call sheets, and then also developing shows and coming up with ideas and writing a lot of quizzes. It's a lot of quizzes.
There's a lot of quizzes. I wouldn't have. So, what is production then? Are you gonna Are you gonna add to that document? Are you actually gonna?
I'm gonna add to the document when I finish.
You are gonna actually give a good handover to the next.
I'm gonna try.
You're trying. That's good.
I don't know who's going to take over. I don't know how much experience they'll have in each bit.
Yeah.
It depends who gets the job.
So what made you want to join UOI?
So in my first year, I didn't do any student media at all. I hung out with my friends and played D&D. It was great. It was so like unstressful, and I thought about my degree, and I did like stuff to do with my degree to try and get like a job in my degree when I graduated. But I was also a student ambassador, and I would like constantly go, yeah, York has like over 200 societies. Why don't you come to York? And then I kept saying it until I like believed what I was saying. Like, York has great societies. I should join one properly.
Yeah.
And my uncle did a radio thing degree in Sunderland.
Oh, nice.
And so I went to see him the week before I started my second year. And I was like thinking about radio because I was with him. And then I went to Freshers Fair in my second year, and I ran into Q, who is your old head of marketing, because Q was talking to someone else I knew, because I spent the summer in Ireland, doing a summer like program with the person that Q was talking to, and then I met Q, who was doing UOI at the time, holding a UOI mic.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking about doing it, and then I happened to run into Q at the right moment.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Yeah, so you did advertise yourself into joining.
Yeah, I convinced myself. Also, Tom Scott.
What's a Tom Scott? We love Tom Scott.
Because I watched like a video of him and Matt Gray talking about like university. Matt Gray went on about like UOI and YCB when I was like 14. So it was in the back of my mind that York had a radio station that was kind of good.
I think Tom Scott is probably on the list of reasons to join student media for a lot of people in York student media. Yeah. Just lagging on the back there. So, at or not at UOI, either at or not at UOI, what is your favourite production that you've been involved in? And you can't say this show. Because I know it is, but you can't say this show.
Well, we did that one in the summer.
Which one? Oh, that one! Sorry.
No, but not that one.
Okay.
It was...
We love in-jokes here.
Sorry about that. I don't know. We've done so many. I enjoyed CIN a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of fun because I just got to do I was very stressed doing this green room that we did. We did Carrot in a Box, and I shouted at you at one point, I think. But
You definitely we have definitely shouted at each other like numerous times in the past and just forgotten about it.
yeah,
Production's a high stress environment.
they
So
are.
I don't blame
But actually,
you.
one of the things I liked about CIM was, for the most part, my bit of it was actually really fun.
Yeah.
We had a really good time. We played a load of games with the candidates for election, for the UC elections, because we couldn't interview them in the green room, so we just like vibed.
Was it not SRA award-winning UOI carried in, or was it award-nominated, or was it?
No, so it was long listed.
It was UOI long-listed.
And
Sorry,
the long listed means we submitted it.
Oh, okay. I thought I got nominated. I could have sworn I got nominated.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
Oh,
SRA award-winning.
no, Amplify Bronze award-winning for Hero of the Moment for Green Room at CIN.
Oh, I was just talking you up on all your awards. Multi-award winning.
I just I feel like it's like you just submit yourself.
Yeah.
And like you're not 9 times out of 10 you probably won't get it, but like you definitely won't get it if you don't try.
Yeah. I still haven't submitted myself for an award call. No, I keep getting up to near the deadline and going, I don't know how to write about myself.
I exclusively do it in like the last 24 hours. I've never submitted something beyond the last 24 hours.
Are we talking assignments and assessments? Or?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, me too. I've never started anything more than like 72 hours before the due date, but don't talk about that one.
Panic.
Just panic drives me.
But yeah, I like the school plays I was in. Other productions.
Fair enough.
So in a lot of school plays. I liked acting. I did Putnam County Spelling Bee over the summer. I directed it for like 13 to 15-year-old American teenagers.
Oh, yeah, right?
That was hell.
Oh.
That just summer was hell. So the production was alright.
The production was okay.
The production was fine.
That's good. So I'm going to ask you a question that we usually say for standing down at UOI, but I thought I'll ask you it now. What would you say are your best, worst, and funniest moments from your time at UOI? Just not like since like becoming production manager, but just in general.
So the funniest was, so it's something that's referenced in UOI a lot. Mm-hmm. There was a moment when it was around this time last year, and we were in a station meeting, and we were organising our like election coverage. Mm-hmm. Our head of news, and
oh no,
Ollie Hilton wasn't doing anything. Like, he just wasn't, like, he was very, like, he had loads of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And everyone was getting, like, really frustrated at this point. Mm. And so in the meeting he goes, sorry guys, like, thanks for picking up the slack for me. I've just been really very busy. And then at the, like, other end of the room, Will King just goes, everyone put your hands up if you're also busy.
Just a split second.
Like, everyone in the room did it. And it was the funniest... like a moment of being in a station meeting I've ever been in. It's
just pure situational comedy, and it was brilliant.
I felt so bad for Ollie.
Oh, me too. But I think he's came to see the funnier side of it at this point.
So
I hope.
It's been a year, but that was a really iconic moment. Worst. Mm-hmm. I've got so many. But one was when we did the Roses opening ceremony, and I like struggled for the first like half of the thing because just like miscommunication, various things happening.
Yeah.
And I kept on getting messages on my phone from like various people in UOI in the studio going, "Oh, you used to like do this, like can you do this?" And
yeah. There was a lot of backseat producing.
No, but it was like a lot of backseat producing, and then I like fixed it.
Yeah.
I got everything to one last hour. I like changed how we were doing some of the presenting on the radio end. I made it a lot more fun. And then like we did this really good sign off, and I messaged like Harvey, who was in the studio, going, "Hey, we can hand over now." And he went like, "No, we already did it. We did it ages ago."
Yeah, and we for a good while, because I was there, just thought it would, like they'd been off for like an hour.
Like they'd gone, no, this is too bad.
Yeah,
we're stopping doing the opening ceremony of Roses. We're not broadcasting it because it's so bad. And I like had a breakdown, and there's this picture of us lying on the track.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I'd brought that photo actually, because you sent that to me earlier for me. Oh, that is like a great photo. It's a great photo. Just lying on the track in the sports center, just defeated.
And then I like stormed over to the studio to go, "Why did you do this?" And they went, "Oh no, we meant like 30 seconds. Ages meant 30 seconds.
Communication at UOI. You'd think for a radio society, communicating would be something we'd be good at.
Well, we can't see each other. That's the problem.
That's a problem. Your best?
Best. I really enjoyed just as like a vibe. I like doing Chasta Meth.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to explain what Chasta Meth is?
It
If people don't
was
know?
a cooking show that me and Yakov did
Mm-hmm.
on the radio last summer.
Yeah.
Where we both. So Yakov's like known for like making really disgusting looking food, and he would post it like every day on the URY Slack to make everyone see his like terrible, terrible cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So we did this cooking show, and it had to be like blind taste test
Yeah.
for the judge.
As one of the people who was blindfolded, it tastes better than it looks.
And I chose an ingredient, and Jakov chose an ingredient that we had to put in the meals.
Yeah.
So I think I chose chorizo because I just was cooking with chorizo, I think.
Yeah.
He chose barbecue sauce. So I made pasta. Like this pasta dish I was cooking. I liked cooking. And then I put barbecue sauce in it.
See, from what I remember of that show, your dish was a very nice not standard, that sounds mean, but you know what I mean? Like, it was a pasta dish.
Yeah.
It knew what it was. Yakov's, it feels like he opened his cupboard, grabbed every tin, and just poured them all in.
Yeah.
Right. So, to round out the show a bit, I'll ask you one last question, which is just, anything else you'd like to say to the people before we go?
Watch Show Swap.
Watch Show Swap.
It might be bad.
Next
it might be good.
Thursday.
Yeah.
What
Starts
time?
At 4.
Starts at 4 here on YSTV and on URY. Thank you for watching Radio on the TV. I've been Corey.
I've been Finn.
Good night.